Here's a dirty little secret the software industry do not want you to know, and this is going to change the way you buy software forever. You are being sold software that's already been built in the name of custom development. It's the same code tweaked, upcycled, and resold. I see it happen every single day. Fortunately, you're here watching this video and you do not have to pay that way. In this video, I will reveal how the software industry really works and how you can get better software built for less and fast. I'm Rishi from 25 Terawatts and I'm on a mission to create win-wins. I connect you with developers who build while I handle the client side, keeping costs low and performance high. I am your shortcut to smarter software buying and implementation. Let me show you how this all works. As a business owner, you probably think that when you buy a software solution, you're getting something tailor-made as a solution to your specific problem. Well, here's the thing. A lot of times, in fact, most times, some part of that solution or that whole solution has already been built for somebody else, for some other application with the similar or kind of same problem months, weeks, or even sometimes years ago. And the price that you're paying is as if it was built from scratch, as if it's a brand new product. Even though it's a used product in some way, it functions as if it's brand new. There's nothing wrong with that conceptually. You are getting massive value out of it, fair play. However, you are paying more than you need to. Developers don't usually tell you this because they want to sell their product at the highest price possible. That's just business. I have worked with developers who have built one solution and have charged clients full price every single time that they've sold that same product. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens. And I'm not just throwing stories around. I'm here to offer you a better solution that will work for you as businesses, and even for developers, there's something in it for you as well. Hear me out, because I want to create a situation where everybody wins. Imagine buying a brand new car only to find out that it's the same model from 5 years ago, and they're charging you full price again as a manufacturing company. So the company has used the same body panels, the same engine, but they've branded it as a brand new model year, and it's being sold at full price. So it is brand new, but the technology inside it is not brand new. However, in software, it's the similar kind of thing. It's not the same, because code, even when it's used again and again, will function as if it's brand new every single time. So what's happening here is same solutions are being built and sold as if they are brand new and being sold for 10 grand, let's say. The same cost every single time, even though the developer is not building it from scratch every single time. And that's what AI has done. It's made development easier and far more accessible. Writing and manipulating code has never been easier. Lines and lines and reams of code can now be written using AI. So as a developer, you still need to be able to prompt the AI in the right way, but writing code and analyzing it has become a lot easier. So if a developer has already built a solution that is there, modifying is much easier than how it used to be, because you can get AI to do that. Designs are more and more modular, which allows the developers to develop solutions quite quickly, especially if they've done and developed solutions before. Then a similar solution can be built and it may appear that it's been built from scratch. And that's not always the case. As I said, some solutions do have to be built from scratch and they are bespoke, but a lot of times it's not the case. So that means that businesses like yours are paying a lot more than what they could be paying for that same product. Maybe some developers listening to this might cringe hearing this, but please stick with me and I'll tell you why this is actually a win-win for everybody involved if prices are lower. In a nutshell, this is what I'm saying. A quality solution can be developed for your business problems at a competitive price that is fair. I help developers focus on what they do best, building and tweaking software, while I handle client acquisition, sales, and customer liaison. This is how I'm set up as an AI agency. What this means is that we get deals done faster. If the same piece of work is repeated and I know that a developer has done that piece of work, I can get more projects through to the developer without them having to spend time and energy on acquiring and finding new clients being sold for a higher price. Those better prices for you means that businesses like yours are able to buy that solution easier and get the result faster, get your problem solved at low cost and high productivity, also done in quick time. That's what AI has made happen. So how is this a win for you and the developers? So for a developer, if they're chasing one client who pays that $10,000, imagine a developer does 5 projects for $5,000 each. That's $25,000 total. They work less on sales, more on actual development, which is their key competency after all. I bring in the clients, you get the better price, everybody wins. And this is the model I want to build with you and for you. I've worked as an entrepreneur, an engineer, and now an agency owner. I have seen the gap between business owners who need software and developers who build it. I know how to connect the dots, cut through the bullshit and the noise, and create win-win partnerships. If you want to stop overpaying for software and start working in a smart way with developers who want to scale and build their business as well as yours, you are in the right place. Another way to look at this is to see developers as kind of key makers. They love to make keys that open locks. Sometimes they feel they've built master keys that build all sorts of locks, but most times they have built a key for one kind of lock. Then they look for business like yours to apply that key to. If they build that key once, doing that again may be easier. They've got the machines, the materials, and the process down to a T. The first project is usually the hardest, and then the next ones are tweaks. Cutting some new notches, maybe filling some here and there, filing the key, and so on and so forth. I don't know what they do to make keys. I'm not a key maker, but you get the point. It's adjusting what's already been built rather than creating something from scratch. No more new keys. And there's plenty of developers that have developed these keys and they look for locks that their keys can open. And sometimes this can develop a bit of a bias because the developers that have solutions will have the tendency to try and sell you on what they have built specifically so that those tweaks are minimal and they don't have to do the whole thing again. Working with somebody like me who's more concerned with your problem and finding the right fit as a solution that works for you works well for the developers as well. I understand what the challenge is by talking to you, and I take that challenge in front of developers who may have developed similar solutions to solve that challenge, and then I interview a bunch of different developers so that they are applying a strategy that makes sense in terms of cost, timing, and performance. And I pitch them against each other so that I get the most optimal solution for you. So typically what happens is the first client pays a fair bit to build a product. But after that, the second and third client don't have to pay that much because the tweaks are small. And that's not fair for you as a business owner. And this is what I'm trying to fix it. It's not smart business from a long-term perspective for anybody. In the short term, sure, but we want wins long-term as businesses. You're a business owner, I'm a business owner, even developers are business owners. We want clients. Customers are people who walk in through the door and may or may not return. But a client is somebody who comes back for more. These are situations that are created when you get excellent value. And here's the bigger picture. What I want developers to understand is that I want them to make more sales. And I'm telling you, it is easier to sell a $5,000 solution, £5,000 solution, than a £10,000 solution. It's just maths. Let's say the product is £10,000. A developer will find it harder to sell as compared to the £5,000 offer. And with me helping bring in the clients and doing it 5 times, the developers can potentially make $25,000. They get more projects. That's the long-term play here. And there's something in it for me here as well. Between the 5,000 and the 10,000 lies a range that I can charge for my services to make sure that I do the best work that I can for benefiting the developer, yourself as a business owner, and myself as well, because I've got to put food on the table as well, right? Business is seen as a dirty word sometimes, but when value is created and everybody gets a fair price, that's a win-win situation. My job as an agency owner is to find the right developer and build solutions. Developers can focus on building the solution and they don't have to focus on chasing leads. I manage the pricing and negotiation so that I get you, the business owner, the best deal possible. Developers get paid fairly and they get more clients. A few examples from my own experience: energy businesses sometimes spend days, even weeks, creating proposals, gathering client data, estimating, justifying, certifying. I've built AI solutions that automate these proposals. and create online surveys. Things that were done manually before, but now are being done automatically. The first client got that solution built custom made, but other clients now can get that same solution or similar solution built for less. Now that I know that the developer has created solutions to get geographical data, to get proposals made, when I go out to get clients that require some sort of combination of those aspects of the build that's already been done, I know that work can get done quicker. I know what was involved. And you may ask, Rishi, how do you make all that possible? Well, that's what's so special about the situation that I'm in. I am blessed for being in the space that I am. I work with a global community of expert developers with proven track records. I started my business only a few months ago, but the developers I work with are experienced and they have been doing this stuff for decades. When you bring in a project to somebody like me, I match it with a developer who has built something similar. Usually I scope out multiple developers to find out how they will tackle that same problem. What that means is high quality, high speed, and efficient costs. I have a master's degree in motorsport engineering, and I was taught that usually you can have only 2 out of 3 factors working in your favor: cost, performance, and durability. So if it's something that is low cost and high performance, then the durability wouldn't be as good. So you can always have 2 out of 3 of these factors favorable. But what can happen with AI is all these 3 can work in your favor and in everybody's favor. What this means for you is that you save time, money, and energy by avoiding the cost and risk of brand new development. You get faster turnaround time with better prices and more reliability. And you avoid the costly mistakes that developers faced the first time they build the solution. Reusing and recycling is not just good for the environment, it's good for development as well, because it takes less time, energy, and resources. I am all about cutting waste and building solutions that actually solve problems quickly and efficiently. Some developers will hate me for exposing this, but here's the thing. This is not about undercutting. I am not doing that. This is about growing sustainably and focusing on volume and focusing on what developers do best. If developers can scale by selling more products at fairer prices, they grow faster, get shit done quicker without burning out chasing one-off big quick deals. But it's not quick anyway. But Rishi, how do you make money if prices go down? Well, I charge a fair agency fees for bringing clients and managing products. And that's between me and the developer to make sure that you as the customer get the value. Even if I make less per project, volume and long-term relationship means that if you succeed, I succeed. When we have an ongoing relationship, we can create bespoke solutions tailored exactly to your problems. Because I manage multiple projects, I spread the development effort among the community of hundreds, if not thousands of developers that I have access to, and I'm very well connected with them. AI has democratized software development. ChatGPT 5 and other AI products like Gemini, Claude, Grok, they are all catching up in terms of how code is written. They are very competitive, and some of these other LLMs, large language models, are better in some scenarios than others. But that's for the developers to figure out. Usually the developers that I work with, they decide what different technologies to utilize to make sure that you get the most efficient and most durable and robust solution possible. All this has made development faster and coding better and easier to do. So prices are going to get even more competitive. And I know of business owners that are paying thousands, even tens of thousands for software that should cost less. Don't get locked into expensive contracts. Please do your homework. Explore bespoke, cost-efficient solutions with me and agency owners like myself who are willing to do the work for you in finding a solution that is efficient both in terms of cost and performance. This is about partnership for me, not about one-off sales or one-off customers that walk in through the door and do not come back. I want developers and clients working together long-term, bringing referrals, growth, and business for all parties on a sustained basis. If you have any doubts about your current software provider and want a competitive quote for upcoming development, so reach out. I'll help you make a smart business decision at no cost. I've left a link below in the description for you to book a call with me. Let's talk about how you can save time, money, and headaches with better software solutions. If you found this video useful, please share, like, subscribe. Please share this with other business owners. Let's build smarter business together. At a side note, I want to create 25 terawatts of renewable energy over the next 25 years. I will help you do more of what you love and less of what you don't. And your employees too. This is not about removing jobs. This is about empowering your people to do better and work in a way that is supercharged, that gets the benefit to your business and to them. Everybody wins. Let's build, grow, and scale together, and I will catch you in the next video. Namaste.